Hi, welcome to another episode of Webcam Sessions. Today's going to be a little different. We're going to be talking about some kind of ukulele tech type of stuff. Basically, this is like a uke survival kit, what's in my case type of episode, where I'm going to talk about some of the accessories that I use most with my ukulele and what I think can really help your playing, take it to the next level. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is case, right? A lot of different types of cases for ukuleles. And the one that I've been using the most recently is this one made by Fusion and Fusion Gig Bags. This case has been really great for when I travel because I can fit kind of a computer as well as all the different cables and accessories I need to play in the bag. And then I just put it over the carry-on side of the airplane. Inside it protects your ukulele pretty well. I've got my old more beta ukulele in there at the moment. It is still a soft shell case, so I would never check it on an airplane or anything like that. But it's perfect to go in the overhead upper bin. And inside here, I've got a whole bunch of different accessories that I use for different things. So to start here, the most important thing to have in your uke case are strings, right? I use these D'Addario strings. And if you check out our earlier webcam sessions, a link right here below, I talk more about these strings, why I like them, and everything else. So please check that out if you haven't already. And to go with strings, you also want to make sure you have a string winder. This makes the world of a difference when you're restringing an ukulele, because these pegs, if you do them by hand, take a long time to detune as well as tune back up. And this way, I can do it very quickly. It also has a nice little scissor-like apparatus that allows me to trim the string ends. And it even has a pin popper. Normally this is only for guitar, but on my ukulele here you actually notice I have bridge pins, so it can help get those out in the event they're not just coming out on their own. So these two things make sure that my ukulele is always strung correctly and getting a good tone that way. The next thing is nail file stuff. This nail file is a glass nail file, and then this is kind of a buffer. I use these on my nails to make sure that they're really smooth to get the tone that I want with the ukulele. We also did an episode on nail care, link right now below. Be sure to check that out if you haven't already. These two products are what I like the most. And these, just like the strings and everything else I'm mentioning, is actually all going to be linked below in the description where you can go purchase them. I'm not affiliated with any of them in terms of I don't get any money off of it, but you can see where I'd recommend buying them and where I like to some companies I like to support for this, where you can get these different things. So that's for the nail care, really important. The next thing is for maintenance of the ukulele. I like to have lemon oil and then some sort of microfiber cloth. I really like lemon oil on ukuleles for for kind of the fretboard, as well as the body to kind of clean it and just preserve it. You want to make sure with whatever ukulele you're using that you read kind of the instructions, make sure different cleaning products are okay. Lemon oil is usually very safe to use on instruments, but you just want to make sure with your particular build that it's okay to use. I've never experienced a problem with lemon oil, but figure I should say it. But lemon oil I like a lot. It seems to help preserve it really well. It helps clean the fretboard when it's dirty, and it smells awesome. So lemon oil is what I typically use. This is by Planet Waves, but I'm pretty sure any lemon oil will do, right? And so those things are, always kind of in my case, ready to go to make sure the ukulele as well as my nails are well kept. But some other things I like to bring with me that I want to talk about are like these, for instance. Now these are two products made by a company called Apogee. This is the mic, M-I-C, and this is the jam. Now these two devices allow me to record my ukulele. And specifically record it with an iPad or an iPhone or a Mac computer. These are really cool because of their seamlessness of working with in your camera app on your phone or GarageBand or any way that you want to record. This is obviously just a microphone. It plugs in right here, and then it's got a lightning adapter, which is what you can use on your phone, or a USB to plug into the Mac. And it's very easy to use. It's plug and play. The light will tell you if you're too loud or too quiet, essentially. We'll do another webcam sessions about recording in the next few weeks. But this thing really gets a great sound for the money. It runs about $200, $230 or so. And I'm really floored by the sound quality of it. So if I'm going to a jam or something and I just want to be able to record what's going on, this microphone works really well for that. Or when I'm making a new video. So oftentimes when I'm making a YouTube video of me playing, I will use this microphone because it just plugs right into my iPhone and I'm all set there. It's kind of a mobile studio. And the Jam is also very cool and in many ways cooler because this is not a microphone, but rather just an instrument in. So if your ukulele has a pickup like mine does here, I actually just plug my ukulele in to this and plug this into my phone, and then the audio that my phone is picking up is just coming through this. So there's no other audio, which means you could literally use this and make a video playing your ukulele in a plane, which I actually did. Check out below to see a video of me playing ukulele in a seaplane with one of these. It kind of shows off why this thing's so cool. You can practice and play in really busy, loud environments and be able to record yourself to hear it back or whatever else. It was really fun doing that video in the seaplane. This was years ago, but it was kind of funny because you'll notice I'm wearing earplugs. I can't actually hear anything I'm doing, but the Jam picked it up just fine. So really, really cool to be able to have something like this to play and listen back to. And we'll talk more about this in the recording video that we'll do later, but products like these really will help you become a better player because when you're playing, you don't really get an accurate reference of what you sound like. And using something like this can really help you see and hear what someone else sees and hears when they are listening to you play. So getting one of these and plugging it to your phone and recording yourself can be a really great thing to help your playing. Even if you're not wanting to make recordings to distribute, it's good for practice. So these two devices I love. I bring them with me all the time, all over the place. Really like them. And then another product that I really am a big fan of is my amp. So this is a Fishman Loudbox Mini. And this amplifier has seen some days, you can tell by the wear on it. But I am smitten with this amplifier. And to talk just a little bit about amplifiers, very briefly here, when you're playing an ukulele through an amp, it's really easy to be playing it through kind of an electric guitar amp where you get some distortion and you'll notice the ukulele doesn't sound very natural or like, how a ukulele should sound. This amp really remedies that situation. It's meant for acoustic instruments. So it does flavor the tone a little bit, but it flavors it in a favorable way. So it's not that it's adding any sort of distortion, it's more just making it simultaneously warmer and brighter. It's a rich tone that sounds very acoustic despite it coming through an amplifier. And so these are something that I really recommend. They make different sizes of them, and if you're ever looking to play through an amp, this is the type of amp that I really recommend. So Fishman Loudbox Mini, really a big fan of it. So very cool. Then the last thing I want to talk about here is probably my most used accessory. Tuner, right? So everyone has tuners. If you don't, then you might want to get one because it can really help make life easier. A lot of times people think, if you're a professional player that you can just tune by ear, and that's really only true if you have some sort of reference to what the first note on the instrument is. Some people have this thing called perfect pitch, and that can allow them to just hear a tone and be able to play it and tune up. I am not one of those people. So tuner is really important for me, helps me tune the instrument very quickly and accurately. And I've used a lot of different tuners. A lot of different companies make some nice ones. D'Addario and Planet Waves make a really cool tuner. The Snark tuner is very nice. And then there are other companies like Kala and things that make tuners. But I personally this is my absolute favorite tuner. This is a tuner that's made by a company called Korg. You can see it's complete with the indentation mark that my dog made in it when she got a hold of it a couple of years ago. But this is by a company called Korg. It's a very, very simple tuner. It simply lights up and will pick up the pitch. Right now I think it's picking up the pitch of my voice, but it picks it up through vibrations. So typically speaking, if you're playing the uke and there's even other volume going around, you can actually play your note and notice that will catch that pitch. even if there's no note being played. And I find it's very accurate, very easy to use, because it just essentially is going with the red is out of tune, green is in tune, and oftentimes these tuners are too sensitive or not sensitive enough, and I find that this one's kind of that nice balance. It's nice and cheap too, very durable. It's bright red, which I really like because I don't lose it like I have other tuners. And again, I love the form factor. It's nice and small. It even can flip, so when you have a tuner on your headstock, you know, when I do it this way, there's a lot of tuner out here, but I can actually have it go this way and turn it on. If I hold the power button, it'll flip the tuner, which is kind of cool. So now if I'm, you know, performing or something, I want my tuner on my uke, it's a lot less obnoxious than having all of this, right? So that's my favorite tuner. Those are also some of my favorite accessories for the uke. So strings, nail files, microfiber cloth, lemon oil to clean it, case to put it all in, microphone, and this little guy to record with, as well as my amplifier. That about covers it. And so, you know, if you have any particular accessories that you love on your ukulele, be sure to leave a comment below with what that is. I'd love to know what other people are enjoying using. And if you have any questions about anything that I've listed here or anything else, please leave a comment below. I try to make sure I answer any questions that are posted. So hope to see you next week, and have a wonderful time playing with all your uke toys, and take it easy.